Hi everyone, my name is Prezy Ramadhani. I am a tutor and I love teaching. Today I have prepared for you a very special lesson, and this lesson is about teaching in early childhood classes in the 21st century. But our focus will be on how to become a cultural responsible practitioner. Look at this photo. This is how early childhood classes looks like in this century. Teaching in the early years classes, especially in the 21st century, is becoming more complex than at any other time in the past. This can be a result of many factors such as globalization, cultural diverse populated classes, the advancement of technology, overcrowded classes, and the demand of this century. But our focus today, or our main objective in this lesson today, will be on how to become a cultural responsible practitioner in early years classes. Think aloud about this. To become a cultural responsible practitioner, what does it mean? But again, you need to think about this. Is it important? But another thing to think is what can make me or what can make you a cultural responsible practitioner. A cultural responsible practitioner, this is a person who recognizes, not only to recognize, but this person appreciates cultural diversity which exists in his or her classroom. But the question whether it is important, the answer probably can be yes. But why? As practitioner, you need to understand that culture is what shapes everything in our life. And it shapes everything in the lives of children. Moreover, scholars are saying that culture contributes a lot to learning of children. So, it is very important for you to be a cultural responsive teacher. Now, what can make you a cultural responsive teacher or cultural responsive practitioner? One, think about your attitude. Think about your feelings. How do you feel when you are working with the children from diverse culture? But again, think about the impact of your feelings toward children. If your feelings are negative, you need to change. You need to change because, as the scholars say, the attitude of a teacher or the attitude of a practitioner can affect learning of children. Another thing to consider in your classroom, think about content. What do you teach in your classroom? For instance, if you're teaching about communication, what is within communication? If you're teaching these children about food, what is the content? But another thing, how do you present your lesson to these children? What methods are you using in teaching these children? As practitioner, you need to incorporate different ways of teaching. Why this? This is because every culture, every child has his or her own way of learning depending on the culture. But another thing which for today will be the last thing is about teaching and learning resources. What kind of resources are you using in your lesson? If it is books, do these books consider cultural diversity? If you are telling your children stories, these stories, where do they come from? Are they cultural sensitive? If they are interacting with the games, are these games cultural sensitive? So, as practitioner, you need to consider all the things in your lesson. And by considering all the things, you'll become a cultural sensitive practitioner. Thank you very much for your listening, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson.